Hello and what is going on, lovely people of the internet? It is Hootmoney here with another video for you guys today. Today we're going to be talking about Vinco Ventures or Bbig stock. We've got the Tide dividend this week. We're holding nicely. We're getting ready for our next leg up, in my opinion. Obviously not financial advice, and I couldn't be happier for what's to come in Bbig stock. So leave a like on the video if you guys have appreciated all these updates that I've given you guys, because it's been a pretty awesome time doing all this research and finding out all this mind-blowing stuff about what's going on behind the scenes with Bbig stock. First of all, we had that gamma squeeze last week, so that 10/15 expiration is no more. There's less open interest in these other expiration dates, so perhaps the potential for a gamma squeeze again is less likely, but we're going to be going over the call option data later in the video, so make sure you guys stick around for that. It's pretty bullish. I'll give you guys a sneak peek. It's looking good, but yeah, we're going to go over that at the end of the video. We're going to do some Ortex data, and we're just going to dive into it all today. And yeah, let's just get right into the charts. So as you guys can see, we are still in this uptrend. I was worried in pre-market because you can see that it dipped below the pink line. Now, I obviously didn't think this was something that you should sell because, you know, anything could happen. It's dipped below that 25 moving average on its way up. But I was getting a little nervous because the 10/15 expiration is over and all of those call options have expired. So the added boost from the gamma squeeze was less likely, but you know, we're still in that uptrend. If this upward trend does hold, I do expect to see a move either later in the day or in tomorrow. We've got the MACD converging right here, looking like it's about to push into an uptrend. However, I have seen fake outs before that are set up very similar on the MACD. But again, if the trend does continue, we should see a breakout to the upside very soon. The only thing that's really concerning me right now in terms of the technicals is the volume is not as high as we saw on Thursday and Friday. But again, there was the short squeeze signal from Ortex right over here, and as well we had the options expiration on 10/15 right here. So the less volume that we're seeing today was to be expected, and the fact that we're holding this price so nicely around $8.50 is another very bullish sign that the uptrend is still intact. If you guys did want to check out this charting software, it is WeBull desktop. I'm leaving a link to the promotion right here on the screen. You should definitely check it out and at least make an account so you can do some technical analysis yourself and learn the charts. But they're also doing a promotion where if you deposit any amount of money, you get up to $2,000 in free stock. So it's essentially free money because you can put in $1 and potentially win up to $2,000. So you can call it winning the lottery. We're going to do that with Bbig stock anyways. That promotion's right there. Links below in the description or in the pinned comment section to check it out, and let's just get right back into the video. Yeah, so we do see technicals looking very nice, but we're gonna have to look at some other things as well to basically confirm that we're gonna see some more upside. So let's just get right into that. So first of all, follow me on Twitter because I post about Bbig and PROG and PROG, I mean, throughout the day. So if you want to get these live updates or see what I'm seeing throughout the day, you can't miss anything if you're following me on Twitter because I can just do that immediately. These YouTube videos I have to edit, I have to make sure it flows nice and all that before it gets uploaded, but tweets I can do right away. So definitely check out my Twitter and join the Discord as well if you want some live updates. Anyways, we'll get right into the Ortex short squeeze signals. We got the type 3 signal on October 14th. Now, the holding period was only 1 day, so that already got a signal return of about 23%. Now, does that mean the short squeeze is over? I don't believe so, because I don't think there's too much proof that any shorts have actually covered in Bbig. We got around 1 million shares returned to us in Bbig, which means that 2 days ago on Thursday, we only had 1 million returned shares, and let me remind you, Thursday, we spiked up like absolute crazy from about $6.82 all the way up to around $8.40. So if shorts didn't cover there, I don't really know what's going to happen. In my video update later, perhaps I'll be able to clear the air on that one, see if more shares were returned, because at some point they're going to have to return shares. The short interest is still at around 24%. So perhaps the T+2 settlement date is screwing with us. I don't know. I can't tell you guys. I don't have the most up-to-date data as possible because, you know, the retail investor doesn't get access to that. But anyways, it's still looking good in my eyes. Cost to borrow is still very, very high at 187%. Utilization is a bit lower than we saw before at 99.31. And days to cover is at 0.62, which again, I'm now opening my eyes to this days to cover statistic and accepting lower numbers because of all the added short interest that is just not being reported in the short interest data. That short interest can be hidden in other derivative forms, and if you don't believe me, watch my previous 2 or 3 videos on BBIG. I go into depth on how the derivatives market really is being used against the retail investor. We can see right here that the average age on loan has been steadily increasing for BBIG. So again, there's no signs that shorts have covered, and we saw all of that positive price action in BBIG, yet we have no signs in short covering. Again, average age on loan should be coming down if we have any type of short squeeze, and it hasn't happened, and this is why I do think there is still some more upside in BBIG stock, because I don't think shorts have covered yet. I've been saying for almost a week now that I'm expecting more return shares, and we're just not getting it in BBIG stock. So that's why I see more upside. Honestly, I don't think that short squeeze has occurred yet. I said it before and I'll say it again. I'm expecting that we should have at least 5 million shares returned in a day if we do get a short squeeze. And as you guys can see here, the highest that we got was on Friday of 1.6 million returned shares, and then 500,000 the day before, another 600,000. Again, because of T+2, it's pretty impossible to see when shorts actually covered because we don't get live data on this, unfortunately. But I do expect an influx of return shares into BBIG this week, and that should give more ammo to shorts and potentially hurt the uptrend that we're seeing in BBIG stock. But if we don't get it, shorts are just going to be that much more in the hole, and the short squeeze is going to be that much higher. So let's just hope we don't get it. Anyways, we have the short squeeze leaderboard here on Fintel. BBIG is number 2 on the leaderboard at a 96 rating out of 100. The only stock that it's currently behind is Progenity, and we can all see how Progenity is doing. There were a bit more shares available to be shorted today than the past few days, but it's still an insanely low number. And as you guys can see, as of 22 minutes ago, only 100 shares are available to be shorted. So we have the short borrow fee rate, which Ortex had at around 170%. Fintel had it at around 40% as of this morning, which is a lot lower, which shows that there is, again, a discrepancy in the data that's being reported to us as a retail investor. But Fintel had it at 40 as of 6 hours ago, and now it's up to 61% as of 1 hour ago, and as of 22 minutes ago, it's rising up to 71%. So again, guys, with this number just rapidly increasing, the borrow fee, there's something weird going on, all right? It's hard to borrow this stock, and there's clearly a liquidity crisis going on in the stock, which is why I expect it to come back on this regulation SHO threshold list. It's not there yet, but I do expect it to come back on this list. The dark pool short volume ratio is still high. It's still chilling there over 50%, which always shows that something suspicious is going on behind the scenes that we're just not seeing. And failure to delivers, we don't have updated data since the end of September, so I do expect there to be a huge amount of failure to delivers, but we just don't get the data, guys. We're just not getting this data. It's unfair. Looking at the unusual whales options flow, you guys can see that we have the filters on of $10,000 or more and ask side only. This basically accounts for whales with really big orders, as well as straight call buying or straight put buying, so you're not going to get selling of either of those, giving us a more clear picture of the sentiment. And as you guys can see, it's pretty much entirely bullish. And it's kind of funny that about an hour ago is when they ran out of short shares, but you can also see that about an hour ago is when some put buying was bought in BBIG. So this is a common theme for BBIG. Once they run out of shares available to be shorted, they just add short interest by buying put options, which is something we've seen multiple times in BBIG, and that's why I think the actual short interest is much higher than 25%. And again, I've explained this in my previous video, so definitely check that out after this video if you guys haven't already. But yeah, if we scroll down, it's entirely almost bullish. There's just a few bears sneaking in under the rug, trying to maybe get get a quick buck. I mean, this one is a 10/22 expiration date. We're used to seeing the bears at 1/21/2021 like these guys right here, but it's being completely overwhelmed by a sea of call options, and we can look at the overall sentiment by uploading these charts, and you guys can see it's almost entirely bullish. And it was a completely different story on Friday with the 10/15 expiration date because they were trying to push down the stock price with put options. You can go back to the video that I uploaded on Saturday. Friday's call option flow from whales was very split, 50-50, bullish and bearish. Today, now that 10/15 has expired, it's back to being extremely bullish. So this just further proves my thesis that they were using those deep in the money put options on Friday to drive down the price so that call options wouldn't expire in the money. Anyways, the most popular expiration date being traded is the 10/22/2021. Obviously, I wish it was a bit later. Quick moves are always great, but long-term uptrends are even better. We also have 11/19 as being the second most popular. And if we look at the strike prices, the most popular is $8, 8.5, 9, and 10 are all tied for second, as well as 5.5. Looking at the historical flow measures, you guys can see that the call option volume on today is pretty low, but we have not finished the day off yet, so this number will be changing by the end of the day, so we can relook at that. But on Friday, the call option volume was very high, and you can also see that the put option volume is dying off as well, which just shows what happens when there is an expiration date with such a large amount of open interest. It really drives the options market crazy. Dark pool volume reached a new high on the expiration date of Friday, October 15th. You know, tons of call options were expiring in the money. Call options that were bought by a lot of retail investors. And the fact that dark pool volume was that high just shows how much vested interest there was from hedge funds, institutions trying to pin down the price on Friday's expiration. And honestly, the fact that they were trying so hard to pin down the price on Friday makes me even more bullish for this week. There's still a lot of dark pool volume today, but most of it's over because the expiration date has passed, so it should reflect in the price point now this week. And it does look like I was correct in my assumption. We're getting a little bit of a bounce today. Hopefully we can hold this and push above the $9 per share price point. And again, guys, I'm just going to plug my Twitter again because I tweeted this morning, Bbig primed for an afternoon breakout. We had this at 11:37 a.m. And as you guys can see, we got a bit of a breakout within this video's time span, hitting about $9 per share. So if you want the updates before the video comes out, follow me on Twitter at HootmoneyYT. Anyways, that's about it for the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. As always, leave a like if you guys did, subscribe for more, and hit that post notification bell down below so you never miss a beat here on this channel. I enjoyed making the video. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Let's just talk for a second. I had a good weekend. I honestly spent the entire weekend just waiting for market open because I knew Bbig was gonna have another insane week with this Tide dividend spinoff, and I'm just excited for what's to come here. I do see us breaking that $9 barrier very soon, and there's gonna be more buying pressure because people are gonna want to get this Tide dividend spinoff. I'm gonna be blatantly honest. I do think the dividend spinoff will create additional selling pressure after it's completed, but up until that point, I do think it will rally. So I haven't been wrong yet. I hope not to be wrong in the future. I can definitely be wrong. I'm a human being, but that's just how I see the stock, and I think a lot of you guys agree with me. Anyways, guys, that's about it. Always remember you can use that charting software that I use by hitting that link in the description or in the pinned comments section to sign up for WeBull desktop. They're doing that promotion through the end of October. $300 for opening an account, $2,000 for depositing at least $1 on their platform. So definitely check that out if you guys haven't already, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Peace.